It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. And it's all up next.
On the shores of Lake Erie here in the city of rock and roll. Our coverage of the NFL brings us to Huntington Bank Field. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward. The sun is shining on both of these teams. And here we go at Huntington Bank Field. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Another run for Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Dak off the play fake. That's complete. It's Javonte Williams. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll come up 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. It's caught, Ferguson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Trying an option play, headed left. And he's stopped out at the 16 after a small gain. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with 3rd down and 3.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
It's taken in by Williams. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Throwing on first is Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys finish up an excellent opening series. CD Lamb with the touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Johnson with a return here. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by this promising young signal caller out of the University of Colorado.
Kate, when I watch these rookie quarterbacks running out to open a game, I think of the old World Series great pitcher Cliff Lee. And he made a one-handed play in the World Series and was asked about it afterwards. They said, man, how do you have so much poise? You didn't even look nervous on that stage. And he said, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. You got to tell yourself you'll be just fine. And these rookie QBs, that's part of the learning curve they're climbing.
Forced out to his right. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We spend so much time talking about an offense and how they script their first 15 plays typically. But how about that defensive coordinator, that head coach? Heck, every player on that sidelines, you couldn't script it any better. Well, other than maybe taking the ball away, creating a negative play, creating a sack, creating an offense now behind the chains, that's exactly how you're looking to start.
That's complete, David Njoku. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Here's Jerome Ford for the first time this game. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Staying on the ground with Ford. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. It's a gain of 4. They're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got 3rd and 8. Throwing from the gun here. He'll get this to Tillman. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. From the gun, it's Ford. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means. but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Here's 2nd and 5. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. A give up the middle to Ford. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about willpower. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run and a great try at that 1st down.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Back to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Jeudy there to grab it. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Design bootleg here. Flushed out of the pocket. He can run it. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Browns trailing on the scoreboard. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Goal to go, they're passing. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns earn the chance to tie it before halftime. David Njoku, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Browns respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Fielded at the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Dak now from the gun. Got Williams, and it's complete. And this one does not go far.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Straight ahead with Williams. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Now a timeout's called, Cleveland using its second. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch the Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Trying again following the sack. Escapes the pocket. He's on the move. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Back now, pressure on its way. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when you saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks. Rotate your personnel. Throw in some wrinkles. And once again, go hit that quarterback.
That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate.